Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. It is Saturday, April 30, the last day of April. I can't believe that May is just around the corner. And to me, May spells hot. Don't like. But I will survive. Just need air conditioners and all the windows. I'll be a happy camper. My electric bill will be sky high. Won't be happy about that, but we'll deal. Let's talk for a second about last night's video. I talked a little bit about my husband and how we met when we were teenagers and how we got together many years later. I did want to mention that, to give Andy all the credit that he does deserve. I know, when we hear the word alcoholic, we think maybe just loser, but that man has worked every day of his life without complaint, long hours. He's a lab tech by trade. He has been doing that since he was like maybe 20 years old. And he's going to be 60 this fall. So he was a lab tech who worked very long hours, tested things like jet fuel and stuff like that. And even when he was here in Maine, he did that in South Portland. And he was from Houston and not a lover of cold temperatures. And he used to have to even go up and climb the tanks that we have in South Portland, those big, huge round tanks with the stairs that spiral around that I've always wished I could climb. Well, he used to even have to go and take samples of the gas when the sampling employees or whatever weren't able to do it, and he'd have to go out on ships and take samples there. So he worked hard, and he worked all his life without complaint. And for somebody who drinks as much as him, he did not miss work. I mean, that man could be called at 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning. He could work all night, come home and sleep from like noon to 2 and get called, and he'd get back up and go out. I've never heard him complain about his job except for that night on January 31st when he called me at 3 a.m. and said, "Honey, I'm walking out the door." And what could I say? It's his decision, not mine. Are you calling me? She wants lunch. Hang on. Going to be making my mother's lunch there in a second, and she does a lot of her own cooking in her microwave, but she asked me if I'd make her a sandwich, so I will do that for her. She wants an Italian sandwich. Boy, what a night we had last night. My mother had cramps and was up most of the night. Okay, you don't need to know all that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so my husband never complained when he wanted to walk out of his job. I am surprised that he has been working this long. I mean, the whole time that we were together, I always expected him to lose his job or to quit. I know some of you expressed concern for me financially, not in the comments and stuff. I get a lot of messages and private messages, emails, whatnot. I did want to explain that Andy has done a lot for me financially over the years. And I really think that if not for him, I would still be drinking. Being with him, seeing how he drank, how we drank together, it just really solidified for me that I didn't want to continue with drinking. He has his own choices to make. What I do to him or for him is not going to change that. So my only thing is I can only control what I see or what I'm willing to accept, and he can live his life the way he wants. I just don't want him to be with me drinking, because he was doing things like falling down the stairs and it was scaring me to death. I'd have to call the ambulance one time, and he fell from the top all the way down backwards, and I thought he is dead. It just takes my breath away right now every time I'd see him walk up those stairs, and I couldn't say anything like hang on to the rail, because now he'd want to do a little stunt to show that he didn't have to hang on, so it was like, I just don't want to live like that with that kind of stress. So he's out of sight and out of mind. I don't think of him as a drunk. When we talk on the phone, there's times that he sounds awesome and wonderful, and I love those times. And the times that he sounds drunk, we make the conversation quick, but He helped me financially. He made it possible for me to take care of my father. Even though I had my sewing business, I would have not been able to afford an apartment all on my own and do everything I was doing with my father for those 2 years. But his income, supplemented that. And even though he left almost 5 years ago, we have still joint finances. So, he's made so much possible for me to buy a rental property, to pay for vehicles cash, to have all my teeth crowned. I mean, just a lot of expenses that he has helped me with. So it is in my heart to now help him. I just wish that it wouldn't have been when I was changing careers. We both decided to leave our jobs at the same time, and it was like, oh my goodness, because I could have totally floated him with what I was making on the Deals blog, but now I'm not making that. So we'll figure something out. And like I said, if he ever wants to come and live here, and right now he's living with a brother, so it's not costing rent, and it's just basically his booze and cigarettes that he's spending on, and so that's why I just would prefer him not to have my credit card, because I don't want to be paying for those things. I have no problem sending him some of the money that is in the savings that is due greatly because of him. He was good at earning money. So he made very good money. So he absolutely deserves to be supported for a little while. He's worked all his life without complaint. I would love it if I could support him the rest of his life. I would just love to be able to do that for him. I don't think I can. I mean, we don't know. We're going to see. We're just playing it by ear, taking it one step at a time. But I don't want anybody to feel bad for me that, oh, my husband's an alcoholic and he can't be in my life. I'm a loner. I really think we create the kind of life that we want. And even when we were together, we're such loners. He could sit in front of a TV around the clock. I could sit in front of the computer or a sewing machine around the clock. That's what we each liked. I liked him because of that. He didn't require me to do anything like, hey, honey, let's go out and go take a ride to... No, I don't want to. I want to stay home. He wanted to stay home, so we were good in that sense. But he was my little cutie pie way back when. Another time I can tell you about Derek's father, who was the love of my life. Andy was the first love of my life, the first person that I really felt like that about. And I never forgot him. And so later, we ended up being together. But it was a long road with Derek's father, too. And that's another whole story. And I shed many, many tears over that relationship. And it broke my heart. I mean, that was heartbreaking. I'm not lucky in love. But anyway, so I just wanted to thank you guys once again for watching my videos. Oh, for today and or maybe tomorrow, depending. I gotta make my mother's lunch. I would like to do the strawberry banana sorbet video for you guys. I will try to do that today. And if I don't get around to it, then I will, for sure try to do it tomorrow. So expect that this weekend. As for what else, I don't know. Again, we will play that by ear. Just gotta go get busy. So I will talk to you soon. Stick around.